Hey guys, and welcome back to another TFT video. Before we hop into this one, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have been giving me on my past few videos, and please keep it up. Please keep liking and subscribing, and please, more than anything, keep commenting, telling me what you think about the videos and what you want to see in the future. It means so much to me to see all the support, and let's just hop into the video. Thank you, Past Me, once again for the amazing intro. Love hearing your voice. So great in this time. Hopping into the actual TFT content. Today we're going to be building, starting off. Today is actually the new update, 10.2. Got some balance updates. Got Blade Masters were nerfed. What else was nerfed? Leona was nerfed. Karma was nerfed. Sivir was nerfed. A lot of the predominant synergies were or predominant things were nerfed. Mages got a little bit of a buff. Desert got a nerf early, buff late. Inferno got a little buff, and Shadow got a little buff. But the thing we're gonna be focusing on here today is the Ezreal buffs. So Ezreal did get buffed directly. His stats got better straight up, and uh, he is just a lot stronger now because of that and because of the fact that Iceborn Gauntlet got buffed. And Iceborn Gauntlet got super buffed. So it went from a 1.5 second stun every spell cast to a 2.5 second stun every spell cast, which when you have Glacial buff and when you have Ezreal with Seraphs is a lot of stun time. So here we're going to be going the new buffed Ezreal as well as Rangers, which got indirectly buffed. I don't think any of their stats got changed, but since Blade Masters got nerfed and since like Iceborn Gauntlet has been buffed and stuff like that, I think Rangers are a lot stronger now, even though they didn't directly get buffed. So here we're going to be trying to pick up our tiers to get the Seraphs for our Ezreal, and we just want to try and get our Iceborn Gauntlet as well. Do I think the Iceborn Gauntlet is a good item now? Um, it's hard to say. I think it's definitely a lot better than it was before, but I think it's really only a good item on Kindred and Ezreal specifically. Very few other champions are really ulting enough for it to be worth it. So even with the huge buff, I really think it's not a particularly overpowered item. It's just a strong item on a select few characters. And then other than that, it's honestly a pretty item. Not amazing. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Unless it's on Ezreal Kindred, then I give it like a 8 out of 10. So early rounds, we're going to be losing a little bit, which is fine. I didn't really econ super well. I was super confused about what I was going to go. Here I'm picking up a lot of woodlands because I kind of want to go 6 woodland if I can. But I do end up not doing that because I think someone else is going woodland or something like that. And I don't know. I just didn't feel like forcing it because you do have to hit the woodland Lux, which is not common whatsoever. And you kind of have to be winning to be able to roll enough to hit that unless you hit it by just pure chance. So I think the combination of other people picking up woodlands and not having a whole ton of econ early or not just being very healthy early, it wasn't really the right decision to try and force woodlands here. 6 woodlands, that is, which is also a buff that just happened. So here we pick up our 2-star Braum, put that in, and there is a volley to pick up, which we do decide to do instead of hoping for the 1 more econ. And once we pick up the Ezreal, we're going to be switching from the Nico carry to the Ezreal carry. So yeah, there you can see a couple other comps are going woodland, so it's not looking like the best choice for us right now. Mages did get buffed, so they're going to be just as strong as ever, and especially since Blade Masters got nerfed, so again, still very strong. I think that is one of the optimal builds you can go. So here we're going to pick up some other Rangers, as well as our Ezreal. And then here you'll even be able to see the power of the early Ezreal. We do take out the Ivern 2 for the Kindred 1, just for the Ranger buff, which is actually very strong. And here you can see, I don't think we would have beat them with our old comp with the Woodlands instead of Ezreal Kindred. So I think that kind of just shows how powerful he is. He's getting a lot of stuns off. Here we pick up a volley with a spatula. This makes our volley into a 2-star and kind of solidifies the idea of going Glacial. I think Glacial is not going to be an awful synergy, but still will not be a top synergy, even with the Ezreal buffs and Blade Master nerfs. I think Glacials just aren't very good at getting into the backline, and there's too many comps that have backline carries that are just stronger than Glacials will be. Maybe Glacial Berserkers could be good, and then like you throw in like a Zed or something. So Glacial Berserker Electric could be a strong comp. Maybe I'll try that out eventually. This roll, look at that. 3 LeBlancs and a Maokai and an Ivern. Crazy roll, but unfortunately for us, we're not going that anymore. Here we're up against some Predators. I've been seeing a lot of Predators recently. I don't think that they didn't really get any buffs, so I don't know. I don't know why I've been seeing so many of them in my recent games, but hey, there you go. Not the strongest comp right now. Double Braum is holding down the fort. We've got 2 more Rangers, which we could put in instead of like Braum and Warwick, perhaps. But then that would lose our forward Glacial, actually. So maybe we'd want to level up before we do that. Up against the Wolves for... Oh, yeah, we get a 3rd Spatula. So we got 3 Spatulas this game, which was super fortunate for us. I put in the Ivern for some reason. Not sure exactly why. And here I could make... I think I want to go for a Glacial buff so we can make another Ranger a Glacial, which is what I actually end up doing in this comp. Here up against another Predator player, he's got the tier 3 Kog'Maw, which is very strong, and ends up taking out our entire team, basically. So he's very strong for now, but it will fall off later. We do get the upgrade in and take out the 2nd Braum and keep our Glacial buff. Get our 2-star Varus, another Vayne, and keep rolling down for potentially another Ezreal, but don't want to use all of our econ just rolling, so we don't complete that. We get destroyed by Ocean Mages, or Warden Mages, maybe. I guess it's not really... It is Ocean Mages, but Warden Mages more primarily. Warden's got a huge buff this patch, and if you're not going Deserts or Mages, it just will steamroll your comp, and it's kind of brutal. The new 999% armor for 6 Wardens is insane. You cannot kill them unless you're going magic damage. Here you can see the power of our Ezreal. He's only level 1, and look at that, he's doing top damage, and a lot of our units are doing damage, so we don't really have any one exact carry, although the Ezreal is the main carry. Here we're going to go for the Giant's Belt to get Glacial, and then we can take out the Warwick, which has not been serving us particularly well. It's just there for the 4 Glacial buff. As you can see, we're not very healthy right now. We are at a very slim 22, 3rd to last place. But we do pick up the Twitch, which ends up being very strong. So here I'm going to roll down, trying to get all my units, and there's another Ashe, which I don't pick up actually, even though I do grab the Taric, which Taric and Ashe is just a very good combo. Twitch popping off. Twitch and Ezreal are now very strong. I like Glacial Twitch because he has the AoE auto attack, so with the 4 Glacial buff, he's just stunning so much. There we pick up the tier 3 volley, which is very sweet. And we do switch out the Braum for the Taric. We want to try and level up eventually to get in 4 Wardens, because Wardens are still very strong. And now you can see the power of our comp now that it's online, and we are just super powerful. There we got our 2 major upgrades. 2-star Twitch, 2-star Ezreal. So now we should be very, very strong for the next few rounds, and we want to try and econ up. Hopefully we can get our tier 3 Braum soon, and perhaps a tier 2 Malphite to put in instead of the Leona, because Leona kind of falls off later game. There pick up some units we really don't need, and we get 2 Giants belts, which we were hoping for, I don't know, another rod maybe for the Ezreal to get Rabadons, but we do have to put Morellos on him, which is not optimal, but it could be a lot worse. There are Twitch, when he gets his ult off, he's just doing so much. Our Volibear is also doing a lot of damage. Very strong. This guy's got perfect synergy, look at that. We've got our crystal buff now. We decided to take out Leona and put in a tier 1 Skarner because Leona was not giving any extra buffs because it was just 3 Warden. And Crystal is actually very effective, especially when you have that Taric, because he's just that much harder to kill and will almost certainly get his ult off. Here we are up against the tier 3 Kog'Maw once again, and now you can see with our upgraded build, we just steamroll through him. Twitch doing the most. Twitch and Ezreal carries here. I think Glacial can be good if you get a Glacial spat onto something like a Twitch. I think Twitch is probably the best user of Glacial, besides like Olaf maybe, because Olaf can get Berserker buff, and he attacks a lot. And then Twitch with his AoE attack, that's just very powerful. Take out the Light player, get out of here. I feel like the Light is not in a great spot right now. I think you can still win with it, but I think you have to get a little bit more lucky rather than just building it in general. Here we want to pick up either the Zephyr, the Giant Slayer, or the item. We do pick up the Last Whisper. I decided to go for the Last Whisper because I know that there are some Wardens in here, and if our Twitch can get rid of their armor, that would be amazing. But Giant Slayer is also an effective item. We do take out the Skarner and the what's the other one? Varus, and put in 4 Wardens. So now we've got our full comp online. We just need to get a couple upgrades, mainly Taric, Ashe, Malphite, and Braum. Up against the Mage player, and we do take him out, which is super awesome, and we get our tier 2 Malphite, which is also super awesome. We could upgrade our comp by switching out Leona for somebody else. Here we see the Zephyr, and we know we're going to that guy next, and he has a Zephyr on the rock tile, so we put our Leona there because she's our least useful unit. Our volley is much more effective. It's probably way tankier than the Leona actually is. And up against the tier 3 Cog once again, he's got his Rangers in the back, but with our Ezreal stunning and our Twitch stunning, we are able to just barely pull ahead on that one. Twitch doing most of the damage there, most of the work. We get a Silence from the Dragon, which, not the greatest item. Would have been pretty good on Twitch, but sadly we already had 3 items on him, so it is what it is. We actually end up getting a Nico's help, which could be very good, especially if we get another Ashe. But unfortunately, even rolling all the way down here, I don't believe we get any Ashes. And that is just too bad. Luckily, we do have enough health to survive 1 extra round. And there are 3 people left. So up against the Mage player once again. His brand is just so strong and just does so much damage. And unfortunately, our Twitch doesn't quite stun him in time. Gets distracted by the Syndra, and we actually end up losing that round, and we drop down to 6 health in the last place. Now we're in do or die. Inferno Lux, not what we need. We really want a Braum here, which unfortunately we don't get. So now we need to just do a little bit more positioning. So we know we're against the guy with the Zephyr, and I'm guessing, even though his Zephyr was over there, that he was going to try and Zephyr my Twitch since he was the carry. And I was correct. He actually moved into the back. So I think that actually won us this round, was me moving my Twitch so he didn't get Zephyred, which was super awesome. So our Twitch is able to deal out the damage, and we are just able to barely sneak by this round. If we didn't stun that Kog'Maw when we did, he probably would have gotten off an ult and maybe killed every single person there, because look, they're all super low. 1 auto attack each would be knocking them out. So now we're looking for Braum and Ashe are really what we need, or Taric actually. We do pick up the Braum, And then here there's the Ash. So I need to make a decision here. Do I sell Brahms and put in the tier 2 Ash? Or do I use the Nico on the Braum? And actually, I've decided I think our Ash is not super effective right now. I'm going to go for the tier 3 Braum just for that much more tank so that our uh, backline can deal damage for as long as we can. And I try and line up the Twitch here so that he's auto-attacking onto the Brand, but it's the Malphite in front. And the Malphite actually ends up moving. So if he would have gotten the ult off, he would have been able to ult Brand, which would have been super fortunate, and we would have won this round by that much more. I think, actually, do we even win this round? Might just barely. No, I don't think we do win this round. Yes, unfortunately, we don't win the round. I think maybe we could have won it if it wasn't Malphite in front of the Brand moving, because then we might have stunned him. But anyways, I think the new Iceborn Gauntlet is super strong, and uh, the new Ezreal buffs make Ezreal a very strong unit. So go Rangers, go Iceborn Gauntlet, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below.